in standard 7th, you already learnt about some natural calamities like that is cyclones and typhoons. Where we discussed that how a cyclone develops, what damage it causes, and what kind of precautions we can take, and what kind of measures we can have to minimize its disastrous effect. Like in the similar manner, we are going to study some more natural phenomena in this particular chapter of your 8th standard. Now, when we talk about the word natural phenomena means we can say that these are some random events in our nature which cannot be controlled, so these are some random events, means these are not planned, they occur very randomly all of a sudden, and we don't have any control over that. That's why we sometimes also call them as natural calamities. Means in most of their aspects they have only the damaging effect, as we discussed about the cyclone in last standard, right? So here some two more natural phenomena which we are going to discuss today. We are having the first one, that is lightning. So cyclone, typhoons, volcanic eruptions, all these are examples of natural phenomenon only. And the one which we are going to study in today's class sequence, that is lightning. The lightning, when we come to, that is the Hindi terminology, हम उसको कहते हैं बिजली का कड़कना. And I am pretty sure that every one of you must have witnessed lightning occurring in the sky during monsoon season. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay, I got your responses. Very good. So we all know, we all have seen what is lightning, right? So how will you define it? If I ask you the question, what is lightning? And definition means you have to tell me honestly what is coming to your mind, not any crammed or rote definition from any book or any refresher. अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं लाइटनिंग को अपने वर्ड्स में एक्सप्रेस करना है, व्हाट यू विल राइट देयर?
Ma'am, can I?
Wait, let's start with, okay, so Norin, okay, you are writing flow of many electrons, but that is given for electricity. I'm asking the definition for lightning. Yes, Samya, tell.
Ma'am, charging by clouds are known as lightning.
Charging by clouds. Okay, so Mehul has written discharging charges. Okay, what Priyanshu want to add? Tell. Yes.
Accumulation of charges in cloud.
Okay, accumulation of charges in the cloud. Okay, Vivek Singh is also raising hand. Yes, Vivek. Tell. Vivek Singh. Okay, Ashani Chaudhary. Yes. Yes, Ashani.
Charging of the clouds while striking each other.
Okay, what Kinjal want to add? Yes.
A bright light that we see in the sky during a storm.
Okay, a bright light that we see in the sky. Okay, all of your response can be accepted. So we can simply say that it is a bright streak of light in the sky along with a loud sound. A bright streak of light. A bright streak of light. Bright means बहुत ज़्यादा चमकीली, streak of light, right? So very bright streak of light which appear in the sky, and sometime it is occurring along with a loud sound, but many times we are not able to hear the sound. We simply see that bright streak of light in the sky. So that particular bright streak, we call it as a lightning. Now, it is not like that lightning or this bright streak is only occurring in the sky, because when we talk about bright streak of light, that is basically a kind of electrical discharge. It is electrical discharge. Now, what is electrical discharge? Electrical discharge means approaching of two types of charges towards each other to neutralize each other's effect. That is the meaning. So bright streak of light, which we are defining as lightning, it is occurring due to electrical discharge. And what is electrical discharge? Approaching of two types of charges towards each other. And yes, these two type of charges should be opposite, right? Now, what are these charges? How these are produced? How do they interact? For all these, first we have to understand about the physics, the basic science which is involved behind these charges, right? तो अभी तक तो हमने सिर्फ ये इंट्रोडक्शन पढ़ा कि लाइटनिंग से हम क्या समझते हैं, what do you understand by the term lightning and what we see in the sky, but how does it takes place? वहां तक पहुंचने के लिए हमें एक ब्रिजिंग बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट की जरूरत है, दैट इज फ्रॉम फिजिक्स. So that I am going to share with you right now, and after that I will move on to the main topic, that how this lightning is caused, right? Now regarding this lightning, it is not like that it is a very new concept for human being. About lightning, people from ancient times, they were busy in thinking. ऐसा नहीं कि जो lightning है अभी nowadays we all are very literate, we all are deeply studying science, we have got a lot of developments in field of science, so now we know what is lightning. No, from ancient time people were busy in thinking and discovering and doing their findings about this natural phenomenon called lightning, right? For example, how the story began, that is, first in ancient time, people, they used to scare off, that is, this lightning process. बहुत पुराने समय में जब लोगों को पता नहीं था लाइटनिंग कैसे होती है, क्या इसके पीछे लॉजिक है, at that time the people of that time, they were very scared, they're afraid of this lightning, because they were having the misconception in their mind that this lightning is because of the wrath of God. Means they were of the concept that this lightning is not something natural, but it is being done by God because God is angry with us. He is not happy with us, and because of that he is sending his wrath to us. Wrath means, what we say in Hindi, कोप, means like a kind of, जिसको आप हिंदी में कहते हैं श्राप, or like a kind of punishment, right? So they used to think that the God is not happy with us, we have done something wrong and he is punishing us. That's why he is sending his wrath to us through this lightning, because they used to very scared of the loud sound, that loud roar which used to produce during lightning, right? After that, in around 600 BC, there was a Greek philosopher. There was a Greek philosopher called Thales. There was a Greek philosopher called Thales. He was deeply involved in thinking and observing this lightning. So he observed, he made certain observations from his surroundings, and he suggested that a piece of amber. Now what is amber? amber, it is a kind of natural resin. Now, resin means a kind of transparent saliva-like material. We have saliva in our mouth that is quite a fluid and transparent by nature. In the similar manner, certain plants, they secrete out resin. So one such example of resin is amber, and it is a yellowish in color, right? And this resin, when it comes to normal ordinary temperature, it gradually becomes solid. So what Thales observed that when amber, when it is rubbed with woolen cloth, when it is rubbed with woolen cloth, then it is capable of attracting. It is capable of attracting other small things. These other small things can be very light feathers, जो पंख होते हैं. It could be a collection of dry leaves, right? तो थेल्स ने ये ऑब्जर्व किया कि जो नेचुरल रेजिन है एम्बर, उसको अगर हम वूलन क्लॉथ से रब करें, and if you don't have woolen cloths, sometime he made this observation with, that is with silk cloth. Then he found that after rubbing, it was able to attract some small things. That was the first observation which he made. And related to this observation, there are some interesting stories also, which you learn. And one such story is that this amber, now we know this is a kind of resin and hardly we have seen it. But this amber in ancient times, it was used by the people for the making of the ornaments. पुराने जमाने के लोग इस amber, इस natural resin को use करके अपने ornaments बनाते थे. So there are some interesting stories like that when people used to go to certain parties or some these gatherings, and when they used to get bored with each other, okay, then what they used to, how to pass the time, तो जो ladies ने amber के ornaments पहने होते थे, उससे वो woolen cloth से और silk की dresses होती थी उनकी, तो silk की dress से वो उसको rub करते थे, वो charge हो जाता था, and then they used to attract, and now they used to play the pranks. जो amber था वो चीजों को attract कर सकता था rubbing के बाद. So if feather is not there, if dry leaves are not there, then they used to bring that amber closer to the hair of the other persons who were standing in the gathering. तो लोग एक दूसरे के साथ prank play करते थे, वो amber को rub करते थे silk के piece पर, and after that they used to go move closer to the hairs of the other people who were used to stand in the, or because of that action of that amber, their hairs used to stand upright, right? So they used to make fun of each other and they used to pass like them. Not only this, and once it was a story shared, I read it on internet, that like that only nearby, that is around the 600 BC, one person, he charged, he rubbed this amber for a longer period of time with that silk cloth, and that was in a party only, in a gathering only, and where he was sitting nearby to that place, one frog was sitting, one frog was being there near to his chair. So he brought that piece of amber near to the skin of the frog, and because of that the frog got irritated because of that action of charges, and the frog jumped high, and that created chaos in the huge gathering. So there are many interesting stories related in the nearby the time of this Thales, and there is one funny invention also, we can say, not invention, the proposition which Thales made. Thales ने पहले ये ऑब्जर्व किया कि जो एम्बर है उसको अगर हम सिल्क से रब करेंगे तो छोटी छोटी चीजों को अट्रैक्ट कर सकता है, पेपर बिट्स, ड्राई लीव्स, फेदर. So what he concluded, do you know what he concluded? He concluded that even the objects which don't display any characteristics of living beings, like a piece of rock we have, right? Like, say for example, this piece of chalk I am having. So all these non-living things, they also have a soul. Like that, Thales concluded. Because he thought that when we are rubbing this amber piece of silk, when we rub this amber with a piece of silk, In that way, the soul which is present inside the amber, that is getting awakening. And because of that, now it is attracting other things towards each other. But that was totally unacceptable, right? So that is the first which I told you, that is the Thales. He brought into the notice that when we rub the things with each other, they have the capacity of attracting other things, right? Now, when we talk about this electrical discharge, bright streak, then this electrical discharge on Earth, we have some interesting examples. For example, you might have seen that when the wires on an electric pole, they become loose, then we see small bright streaks of light. So that can be compared with the lightning. And right now, the best example which I'm going to cite, I'm sure you all must have experienced. It's winter going on. And whenever you pull out your sweaters or woolen clothes, you might have observed that hair on your head, they stand up. They get erect. Is it like that? Observe किया आपने ये?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. जब हम स्वेटर्स निकालते हैं तो जो हमारे सर के बाल हैं वो खड़े हो जाते हैं, right? Not only this, if you are pulling your sweater, नहीं ट्राई किया तो आज ट्राई करेंगे. Just you remove sweater from your body in a dark room during night. Even you can see the sparks in that dark room coming out of your sweater. So that is also a kind of electric discharge, which we are defining with this bright streak of light, lightning. But that electric discharge is on a very smaller scale. And that's why after that, in the year 1752, another person called Benjamin Franklin, he practically proved that the sparks which we see coming out of our woolen clothes and the lightning which we see in the sky, these two essentially are the same phenomenon. And for this he conducted one famous his kite experiment, जो हम थोड़ा बाद में discuss करेंगे, right? So that was the beginning, that how the people, they started thinking about this natural phenomenon called lightning, right? Now to understand the basic science behind it, now we will discuss first about the basic physics which is involved here. So I would be explaining to you so that you can clearly understand it. But before you put a question, madam, whether we have to note it, whether it will come in exam and all that, you can note it down on your copy if you want. But direct questions from these topics won't be asked in your examination. Okay, but it is very essential to have a clarity of the concept about lightning. How does it take place, right? Okay, now we know that according to modern science, everything is made up of very small particles called atoms, right? Now, according to the modern science theory, whatever things we have in our surrounding, whether you take desk or the mobile or laptop on which you are right now attending my class, all these substances are ultimately made up of very small particles called atoms. So, say for example, here I am having this a substance, and this substance, it is made up of very small particles called, that is, atoms, right? And these atoms are so small that they are not clearly visible to our eyes. In fact, very high magnifying powerful microscopes, they failed to give a clear picture of these atoms. These are very, very small, right? Now, if we have a broader inside look of an atom, then a single atom itself is made up of different subatomic particles, right? So, and these are electrons and protons. So here E is for electron and P is for proton, right? This is the second step I told you, that atom itself is made up of small particles like electron and proton. तो मैंने जो E माइनस सिंबल यूज किया है that is for electron and P plus that is for proton. Now minus over electron shows that it is negatively charged and it is positively charged, means they carry a respective charge on that over them. Yes. Okay. So now what happens, that is in general, in normal conditions, every atom, it will have equal number of electrons and equal number of protons. एक नॉर्मल कंडीशन में जितने भी एटम्स होते हैं उनके अंदर नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स और नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स इक्वल होते हैं, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट an atom as a whole, it is neutral. An atom as a whole, it is neutral because, say for example, if this atom is having 4 electrons and it is also having 4 protons, then it is not having any effective charge on it, क्योंकि 4 electrons का जो negative charge था वो 4 protons के positive charge में बैलेंस कर दिया, और यू कैन से दैट इट इज टोटली न्यूलिफाइड, सो इट इज न्यूट्रल, राइट? नाउ से फॉर एग्जांपल इफ एनी वे आई एम एबल टू ऐड एडिशनल इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इन दिस एटम, अब किसी भी तरीके से मैं जो एडिशनल इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं वो इस एटम में मैं ऐड कर दूं, आई एम एडिंग सम एडिशनल इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, से फॉर एग्जांपल like this. So I have added additional electrons. Now, after adding additional electrons in this atom, the number of electrons, they are greater than the number of protons. अब मैंने इसमें इलेक्ट्रॉन को ऐड कर दिया तो इलेक्ट्रॉन की जो क्वांटिटी है वो प्रोटॉन्स के कंपैरिजन ज्यादा होगी. Now this atom will have a negative charge. This atom will have a negative charge. So let me know clearly, यहाँ तक समझ में आया?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if the number of electrons and protons in an atomic species is not equal, then it will have charge. तो यहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ज्यादा है तो इस एटम पर, इस मॉलिक्यूल पर नेगेटिव चार्ज आ जाएगा. सो से दैट दिस एटम इज नाउ नेगेटिवली चार्ज्ड. नाउ टेक द अपोजिट सिचुएशन टू दिस न्यूट्रल एटम. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू रिमूव सम इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. अब इस एटम से मैं कुछ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को हटा देती हूं. आई एम गोइंग टू रिमूव सम इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. So I am just removing electrons. Now after removing electrons, what will be the situation?
Madam, it will be positive charge.
Okay, it will be positive charge, or we will say that now the number of protons will be greater than
charged.
yes. अब आपने इसमें से इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को रिमूव कर दिया तो अब इस एटम में इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कम हो गए लेकिन प्रोटॉन्स ज्यादा हैं. सो ओवरऑल this will become positive charge. So now we'll say that now this atom is having positive charge, right? It means that in our daily life or in our surroundings, whenever we say that this substance is having a positive charge or this substance is having negative charge, or how charges are created, this is the basic science located behind, because do remember that everything is finally made up of atoms. Atoms contain electron and proton. So whenever there is an exchange of electrons between two materials or between two substances, then we have the charged objects. So it can be either negatively charged or it can be either positively charged. So tell me honestly, यहाँ तक समझ में आया?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall I move further?
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So now this exchange of electrons between two substances can also occur. It can also occur by a very simple process like rubbing. Very simple process like rubbing. अगर हम दो substances को एक दूसरे के साथ रब करें तो सिंपल एक्शन से भी हम इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का एक्सचेंज करा सकते हैं, राइट? सो नाउ कम्स दैट इज we can perform charging by rubbing. Right? Now charging by rubbing, for example, I am here having two substances, substance A and substance B, right? Then we started rubbing these substances, right? Now, for example, this substance is having some electron and it is also having some electron and a proton. Now, what is happening when we are rubbing these two substances with each other? Then because of that rubbing, exchange of electron will take place between those substances. For example, when we are rubbing, these electrons are getting transferred from A substance to B. For example, हमारे पास दो ब्लॉक्स है, एक ब्लॉक डिफरेंट मटेरियल का है और बी ब्लॉक डिफरेंट मटेरियल के, दोनों ब्लॉक्स को हमने एक दूसरे से रब किया, राइट?
Ma'am.
Wait, after rubbing, during rubbing, what is happening? That from one substance, electron may get transferred to the another one. So here it will be an extra electron and here only a positive charge. So this will acquire a positive charge and it will acquire a negative charge.
term.
Yes. Who was speaking? Ask beta. Someone was speaking, no, in the between.
यस मैम मैम मैं कह रहा था कि मैम नेटवर्क जाने की वजह से मैम वापस ज्वाइन किया मैंने.
Okay. Yes. Is it clear? That is how charge. Now, for example, you all might have played this game in your school time. That here I am having a scale. This is a plastic ruler scale. And in this watch glass, I am having tiny bits of paper. Okay. So paper bits, they have fallen down. This paper bits, right? So I'm sure सबने जब क्लासेस में मजा नहीं आता है, पीछे टाइम पास करना है तो गेम जरूर खेला होगा. So right
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
okay, so this is scale. So what we do, we rub it with our hair. Like
Here and now the paper bits will stick
Yes.
with the scale.
So now I'm rubbing. Now bring this scale closer to this paper bit. Yes. Can you see? The paper are sticking?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
One more
Yes,
time.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Like this
Electrocharge.
हमने किया होगा like this. Again
Yes,
one more
ma'am.
time. Yes. Can you see? So
Yes, ma'am.
what is happening? Same thing is happening. Yes, here. Charging by rubbing. This is the substance A and my here substance B. So when I'm rubbing these two substances with each other, what is happening? Exchange of electron is happening. And because of that exchange of electron, what is happening? Different kind of charges are getting acquired on these two substances. One more thing I can show you for that. For example, this is balloon I'm having. It is a balloon. So again, same, I'm going to rub it with my hair. Like this. Yes. Even you can see clearly that my hair strands are getting up. Can you see? And here
Yes,
when you
ma'am.
bring
Yes, ma'am.
like this, can you see?
Yes,
Paper
ma'am.
got attracted,
Yes, ma'am.
right? And the same effect can be produced if I'm going to rub this balloon with this woolen cloth like this. Here again you can see this. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
by these two activities, what basically we are trying to prove, that we can make substances charged by doing rubbing action. We can produce a charge by rubbing action. And like that only we can use certain combinations. Some combination examples are given in your NCERT. So for that I'm going to write here, because those combinations you have to remember. So first one is, that is glass rod and silk. Whose mic is on?
मैम स्टील स्केल से भी हो सकता है ये.
स्टील से इतना इफेक्टिवली नहीं होता, बिकॉज स्टील इज मेड अप ऑफ मेटल एंड मेटल इज अ गुड कंडक्टर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एंड अवर बॉडी इज ऑल्सो गुड कंडक्टर. तो जब आप स्टील को अपने हाथ से पकड़ के स्टील के स्केल को रब करेंगे तो जो भी चार्जेस प्रोड्यूस होते हैं वो आपकी बॉडी के थ्रू ग्राउंड में चले जाते हैं. सो बेटर यूज अ प्लास्टिक स्केल.
ओके मैम.
Okay, yes. So here I'm just writing those combinations. So first one is, that is glass rod and silk. I'm here discussing those combinations which are given in your NCERT, and they have taken those examples for the topic charging by rubbing, right? And by convention, it has been taken that positive charge and negative charge, that glass rod will be positively charged and silk cloth will acquire a negative charge. Now I am telling by convention. Convention का मतलब है कि beginning में जब लोगों ने glass rod को silk की cloth से rub किया and then they brought it to the tiny bits of paper, the papers got attracted. It means the glass rod was charged. It means exchange of electrons took place between glass rod and the silk. So at that time they simply assumed, उन्होंने ये मान लिया कि जब हम ग्लास रॉड को सिल्क से रब करेंगे तो जो ग्लास रॉड है उस पर पॉजिटिव चार्ज होगा और सिल्क पर नेगेटिव चार्ज होगा. And by using this convention, gradually we got a list that when we rub two substances with each other, which acquires a positive charge and which acquires a negative charge. For example, अभी हम ये एज्यूम करते हैं कि ग्लास रॉड पर पॉजिटिव चार्ज होता है रबिंग के बाद, व्हेन इट इज रब्ड विद सिल्क. तो अब अगर मैं एक और चार्ज बॉडी को ग्लास रॉड के पास लाऊंगी और उन दोनों में अगर रिपल्शन होगा तो मैं क्या कंक्लूड करूंगी कि उस दूसरी चार्ज बॉडी में भी कैसा चार्ज है? पॉजिटिव है. इसको थोड़ा बाद में भी डिस्कस करेंगे. दैट इज द फर्स्ट वन. अनदर वन इज व्हेन वी रब अ पेन
Madam,
रिफिल.
ebonite rod.
Yes, ebonite rod, yes. That is also positive charge. Pen refill with polythene. So when we rub pen refill with polythene, and all these are so simple activities that you can even try at home. So do try at home and let me know the results. When we rub pen refill with polythene, then it is the refill which will be positively charged, and silk, that is polythene, will be negatively charged. Then when we rub a balloon with woolen or that is hair, then do remember it is the woolen cloth or hair which acquire positive charge, and balloon, it will acquire a, that is negative charge, right? So like that, some sets we have in NCERT, and that you have to remember. Similarly, when we go for that amber and silk combination, no, that when we rub amber with silk cloth, then here it is the amber which will acquire a positive charge, and again the silk cloth will acquire a negative charge. So
Ma'am, I
sometimes
have a doubt.
ask.
मैम हाउ कैन वी नो कि मैम एम्बर में पॉजिटिव है और इसमें नेगेटिव है सिल्क क्लॉथ में?
एग्जैक्टली वही आपको मैंने बताया कि जो सबसे पहले हमने कॉम्बिनेशन लिया था, rubbing of glass rod with silk cloth together, there we have taken by convention, हमने शुरू से ये मान लिया कि जब हम ग्लास रॉड को सिल्क से रब करेंगे तो ग्लास रॉड पर जो चार्ज है वो पॉजिटिव है और सिल्क पे जो चार्ज है वो कैसा है, निगेटिव है।
जिससे रब करेंगे वो
और
पॉजिटिव
इस
होगा।
पेयर को हमने स्टैंडर्ड वैल्यू मान के दूसरी चार्ज थिंग्स को इसके साथ कंपेयर किया, राइट? तो जहां
तो मैम
रिपल्शन,
जब हम रबिंग करेंगे तो मैम अट्रैक्शन ऑफ पेपर हर केस में होगा, तभी हमें पता चलेगा ये पॉजिटिव चार्ज है और ये नेगेटिव चार्ज है।
okay, for example this I am having a glass rod and that glass rod I have taken after rubbing, it means it is having पॉजिटिव चार्ज। ओके, ये मेरे पास ग्लास रॉड है जिसको मैंने सिल्क क्लॉथ से रब कर लिया और उसको मैंने एक बीकर में सेफली रखा हुआ है। अब हमने ये कन्वेंशन माना हुआ है कि अब ग्लास रॉड पे कैसा चार्ज है, पॉजिटिव, राइट? नाउ आई एम हैविंग दिस बलून, अब इस बलून को मैंने वूलन क्लॉथ से रब किया और मैंने टेस्टिंग कर ली कि ये पेपर बिट्स को अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है, लाइक दिस। ओके, पेपर बिट्स अट्रैक्ट, इट मींस नाउ डिस्चार्ज्ड। Now I am going to take this charged balloon near to the glass rod. If glass rod is going to repel the balloon, it means it is having the same charge, because we would be learning in the forthcoming classes that like charges repel each other. तो अगर ग्लास रॉड ने इस चार्ज बलून को रिपेल किया, इट मींस बलून पे भी कैसा चार्ज है, पॉजिटिव। हाँ, और अगर उसने इसको अट्रैक्ट किया तो कैसा चार्ज है, नेगेटिव। इसीलिए मैंने शुरू में बताया था कि ग्लास रॉड और सिल्क के कॉम्बिनेशन को हमने स्टैंडर्ड पेयर लेके कन्वेंशन शुरू से रखा कि जो ग्लास रॉड है उस पर हम पॉजिटिव मानेंगे और सिल्क पे कैसा मानेंगे, नेगेटिव। आई होप नाउ योर पॉइंट इज क्लियर।
यस मैम, थैंक
रब करेंगे मैम, जिस चीज को जिस पे रब करेंगे वो
Yes. Okay.
यस मैम।
So now quickly just I am calling out your names so that those who are the absentees, I can put a. So first that is 8A. Ashani Chaudhary.
Present, ma'am.
Ashani Singh.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Ananya Singh.
Present, ma'am.
Anshika. Anshika is not here. Then Ashvika.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Then Dishti. Dishti is present. Then Lakshit.
Present, ma'am.
Khushi Kohli. Khushi Verma. Both are not there. Then Lakshita.
Present,
Sakshi,
ma'am.
Sanya.
Present, ma'am.
Snehal Mishra.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Sophia Khan.
Sanya,
Present, ma'am.
present, ma'am.
Okay. Twinkle. Okay, yes. Then Twinkle, Vilina, Zarlina, all three are present. Daksh, Gaurav, Harmish. Daksh is present. Harmish is present today. Gaurav is not present. Okay, Gaurav is not there. Then Kaustubh is present. Manvendra, Mukul. Kaustubh. Kunal is not there. Kunal and Kishan Gujar.
मैम मुकुल प्रेजेंट है।
Yes, I know. Cool. Then, okay. Mrinal Mehra is not here. Okay. Then Noreen is present.
Present.
Yes, yes. Prakash Singh. Prakash Singh भी नहीं है.
मैं कौन है?
Shaurya Kansal and Shiven both are present. Okay.
प्रेजेंट मैम, श्योर
Yes, yes. 8th B, Anushri is here. Elsa, yes. Don't speak.
Ma'am, Elsa present.
अभी यस मैडम कोई नहीं बोलेगा, जस्ट लेट मी फाइनली मैच। अनुश्री, एल्सा, गरिमा, हर्षिता, किंजल, नंदिनी, ओके, नव्या, प्रेरणा, रागिनी, देन रितिका, साक्षी, साम्या, Okay. Vanshika Amin. Okay, Vanshika, then Aman Sharma means Amin Gauri is not present. Okay. Then Bhanu Chitrang is not here. Okay, Chitrang Meena is not here. Dipanshu Kavya. Then Krishna Gautam नहीं है. Lakshya Gameti भी नहीं है. Okay. Manan is here. Then Nakul. Nakul is also absent. Nikhil, Pratham, Siddhant, Vikrant. Okay, then directly Virat Avasthi and Vivek Singh. Okay, then Vivek Boyat is absent. Vikrant Jaiswal is also absent. Okay.
Ma'am, can we leave?
Those whose attendance is over, you can leave. Then 8th C. Ahana is here. Okay. Ahana, Anupriya, Arshi, Ayushi, Devanshi, Harshita, Mehul, Muskan Sharma, Harshita, Mehul, Muskan, Niyati, Prisha, Soumya, Tanisha, Tanishka, okay, Vanshika, Yukta. Very good, girls are all present. Aditya. Okay, Anuj is not here. Anuj, then Aryan, Darshil. Okay, Aryan, Darshil, Dev. Dev is not here. And Darshil, and that is Dev. Hemant, Himanshu, not here. Then directly we are having Kalpesh.
Present, ma'am.
Yes. Kalpesh, Mahib, Mrityunjay, Mukul. Okay, Mahib is a Manish Singh and Mohit Singh. नहीं है. Okay, Mrityunjay, Mukul Verma, Nachiket. Yes. Priyanshu, Rudraksh, Talish.
Priyanshu.
Pardhavasti is not here. Okay. Rudraksh and Talish is present. Okay, yes. So students, you can leave the meeting now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.